near Woodbridge. Andrew Sinclair is there now. Andrew.
Stuart, good evening from a very picturesque part of Suffolk. This field, though, is anything but at the moment. Local people, and indeed some of the partygoers, did try to clear up last night, but there's still a lot of broken glass about. We've got crushed cans, a few discarded clothes, even an abandoned car, and it's like that across the whole of this field. They're having to bring in a special cleaning team tomorrow, in fact. Now, when I was standing here this time last night, this field was packed with police and partygoers as the rave came to a very violent conclusion. For a few minutes yesterday, this field became a battleground. As the police tried to surround the crowd, there were violent scuffles. Missiles were thrown. They had arrived in force, 50 officers in riot gear, the force helicopter overhead, dogs as well.
I think it's pretty over the top, to be honest, because we're standing here now.
Started hitting people for no reason. We were just trying to have some fun.
But as his officers surveyed the scene today, the man who'd been in charge was unrepentant.
They were in fact given a warning under the Criminal Justice and Public Order Act, and they were given that warning on Saturday evening. We had missiles thrown at us when we entered the site on Sunday afternoon, and we had bottles and stones and all sorts of things thrown. Officers needed to wear that equipment for their own safety.
But in the surrounding villages, many are angry with the police because it took them so long to close the party down.
Made a feeble attempt at stopping it and then backed off. There's a lot of ill feeling about that locally.
We've had no sleep for 48 hours.
The Devon estuary is a draw for holidaymakers. With the sunny weekends, local pubs and caravan parks expected to be busy.
We've been waiting all summer for a nice hot weekend, and especially the bank holiday. And what happened is all the tourists left because of the noise.
It was probably the beauty and remoteness of this area that drew the rave organisers here. They told me they meant no harm, and they were trying to tidy up when the police arrived. But the landowner says crops have been damaged, bird pens destroyed. Clearing up will take some time. Well, around 250 to 300 illegal raves are held in our region every year. In theory, they can be closed down if there's too much noise, particularly nuisance noise, or if the partygoers are trespassing, as they were on this occasion. They can also be closed down on safety grounds. So given all that, why do so many raves take place?
We can remove sound equipment, so can the police. Police can clear the site, but realistically, how many policemen and women would it take to clear a site of several thousand ravers? We've got to be realistic about how we would achieve it. So we're going to have to look at alternative strategies to see how we can deal with it in the future, perhaps stop them happening in the first place.